I had a conversation with my friend Jeff about training, and I think it was a good talk and valuable enough that somebody else will have the same question or maybe find it helpful. So what we were talking about was he located an area of his training he wanted to work on, and the question was, what drill do you think would be the best for creating those conditions? I think he already knew the question, or he already knew the answer to the question. He was just asking me to see what I would say to see if it matched his answer, which I agree. I do the same thing sometimes just if I want to make sure I'm on the same page with someone, or just because maybe they'll say something way different that'll give me something new to think about. Anyway, my answer was the drill is somewhat irrelevant because it's really important how you package it and the thing you're working on. For example, the doubles drill is a super common drill. The predictive shooting where you're just working on picking a spot on the target, shooting fast pairs. I could package that as a couple different things to work on. I could say really work hard on the vision stuff, so not switching your vision back to your sight, just staying laser focused on the target. Or I could say just focus on your grip and keeping your hands together, not having your firing hand tense up or push on the gun. Either way, both of those things are important and needs to happen, but I could package the drill differently or ask you to put the bulk of your focus on a different area. Another one that's commonly people are aware of is the El Pres setup. If we're talking about tension, I'll use tension for a couple drills. So either clamping down with your firing hand, pushing into the gun, maybe engaging your shoulders, so shoving the gun hard between the targets, not stopping in the middle, maybe anything that comes along with just trying to be fast and looking at the color of the target or shapes, not finding the middle. So with that El Pres setup, I could say, I want you to do maximum attack on this while keeping your shoulders relaxed or not getting tense or not having the trigger freeze. Just work on the relaxation. You could also say, hey, just shoot this drill and work on just finding the center of the targets. Don't look at the shapes and colors. Don't drag through. Make sure you don't look away from the target while you're still shooting it. Just pick spots and shoot straight across. You could also do a fun, not an engagement strategy for anything real or even practical shooting, but as a fun training strategy, I could give you a rhythm. So draw and shoot kind of a relaxed bill drill on one of the targets to get that timing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then ask you to shoot all three of the targets with that cadence, which cadence is not a smart way to train in the bulk of your training, but just as a training strategy for this one drill, it does make sense. Say, listen with your ears, make that speed, and then just do that while forcing yourself to find spots in the targets, keep your shoulders relaxed. So anyway, that one setup, I could do it 3 different ways, and I could create the conditions that I want to work on. Another drill that I really, really like for a multitude of reasons is called designated target. To simplify it, let's say you have 3 cardboard targets, 1 piece of steel. Set them out all over the place. The order is going to be steel, paper, steel, paper, steel, paper, back to steel. So you start and end on the steel. You shoot the steel target, one of the 3 paper, back to the steel. The second paper, back to the steel. The third paper, back to the steel. With that, I could create a bunch of different conditions or expectations or things I want you to work on. I could say, don't focus on the sights. So keep looking at the center of the targets where you want the bullets to go. I could make 1 or 2 of the cardboard targets super close. So I could create that situation where you want to tense up, throw the gun at the target, maybe tensing up your shoulders, clamping down your firing hand. All those conditions for bad things. Maybe you struggle at distance shooting. So one of them's close, one's mid-range, one's farther. To focus on, you whack the steel, then with precision, look to the center of that target, let the gun float there, shoot the gun straight without pushing into it. The list goes on. So you can create the conditions that you want to work on virtually any drill. The important part is worrying about what area of your training you want to affect or change, and then directing your attention to just working on that one piece or one situation. So that's it. That's a thought for today. Using whatever drill, as long as it's reasonable, just to create the conditions that you want to work on in your training. So hopefully you can work through it and it's no longer an issue. Anyway, I guess like, share, subscribe, that garbage. If you have questions, comments, thoughts, drop it below.